This is for police and fire department right there. I bet you this helmet was there too. This is from September 11th, y'all. This fire truck. 4. Like that, and this is part of it.
Can't really get a picture of that.
Well, the light got a little brighter for a second there.
It's not how we get a picture.
The Twin Towers in the background. We're at the Museum of Funeral History, by the way, y'all. In Houston, Texas. Hey, there's that casket. The story behind this casket is, right here, the child died, and the parents were going to kill themselves and be buried with the kid, but they decided not to do it. This is it right here. See it in person for the first time. I'll show y'all the story of it right here. Casket for 3. I'll go slow with it. Y'all can pause it if y'all need to. And they're trying to hold all 3 of them at the same time. Those never been used. And the money casket right here. $2 bills, 50s, coins, dollars. Please do not open caskets. See the money casket. Arkin capsule during 1970s, Mr. Winbecker. Uncirculated currency. Let's get back over here, y'all, to the hearses. This vehicle's purchased from 25. This purchased $2,500. Yeah, let's do this. Casket over here.
Sad, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Really big casket over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the story behind it is their child died, and the plans were for the dad to kill the mother, then kill himself, so they got all 3 buried together.
Yeah.
That's how big that big casket over there is. What it is.
This, hey, this is what it means.
Yeah.
So she's looking, then she finds it.
The name, yeah. She starts looking for it.
Yeah, and then check this out. You see that?
We saw a lot of that when we were up there. We saw a lot of people that were up there inscribing names like that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about,
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
he probably lost that arm.
And him on the crutches up there. See the rollers on it to get out of there. That one ain't got the rollers on the back, does it? Yeah, it does. It does have some rollers in the back, but not like this one does. Funeral home ledger account from 1859.
Well, he's gonna Cadillac first, right here.
Oh, caskets here.
Yeah, and that's nice, isn't it?
This one ain't got a casket in the back of it, but it has that.
Look at him from the front.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, this is beautiful.
Yes, ma'am. With the door open right here, you may not fit, but you can come around the other side of the car.
Glass casket.
It is a glass casket.
It is.
It is encased in glass completely.
Yeah.
Look at these over here, the horse-drawn carriage one. And this one's got a casket in the back of
You
it.
know, I seen a guy, one of our friends, her son died,
Yes, sir.
and he was a motorcycle rider. And so he had a motorcycle funeral. They pulled a hearse like this
About motorcycle.
on a Harley. And whenever they brought him out, had all these motorcycles lined up.
Yes, sir.
And they brought him in front of him as he come. They all revved up as one at a time. And then whenever they hooked onto it and everything,
Take off, yeah.
they all revved,
Revved
up
up.
at the same time.
I saw a funeral
It was
one.
pretty cool.
I saw a funeral one time. A guy was restoring his 1940 something pickup, right?
Yeah.
And when he died, he had got it restored and all that. And when he died, instead of using a hearse, they carried his casket to the grave in the back of that pickup.
Did it?
The way that this one's designed has got a lot of very ornate stuff
Late-
on it.
Late 1800s.
This would be about the top that Abraham Lincoln was put in.
Yeah, probably. I want to see the front of these. Remember, going around. That looks like New Orleans right there.
It does look like New Orleans.
1935 Studebaker.
This one came from Weatherford, Texas.
What is it? It's all in. It's Studebaker here.
It is. Studebakers are beautiful cars.
You know, Cadillac started off making buckboards.
Yes, sir.
So did Studebaker.
Cadillac started so did Ford. Started off as making horse-drawn carriages. There's the money casket. Look at this one, y'all. Casket making thing over here. This casket. Yeah, that's the one where this is the money casket here, but that's the one I'm talking about where that right there tells you the whole story of it right there. Like I said, it was the guy was going to kill his wife and her,
Yeah.
so they could all be buried together. But thank God that casket never got used.
Money casket.
This is a pretty car too. Henry Packard. Henry Packard, or however you say that word. Look at that one over here.
Record bit falls up until right on that picture.
Yeah. (1921) Rockefeller hearse. Rock Falls hearse, built in Illinois. Six types of wood on it. It's got 6 different types of wood on it.
It's got what?
6 different types of wood.
6 different types of wood. I bet that was all hand carved back in there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was all hand carved.
That was hand carved. It didn't come out of the machine.
Look at this one. It's on a sled. Late 1800s horse-drawn sleigh.
Let's go back over this one and we'll catch in here.
This preserves the body whole for the promised resurrection. Consequently, cremation was banned by Constantine by 330 AD. In the Viking world, the
Urns
bodies of
from
the
way back in the
high-born
day.
heroes were cast adrift or set apart.
Look at these. This was displayed in Galveston for a while right here. Around the back side of it. Hey, look at there. Now that's awesome. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second for the music fans of mine out here too. Look at this thing, y'all. Look at this thing, 19th funeral bus. The only surviving vehicle of its kind was built in Fifth Avenue Coach Company, New York. I'm trying to get that gum reflection off of it. Go there in a little bit, but I saw something I think is pretty cool. Like there's actual urns of people in here. Yep. Actual urns of people. And a doggy. I'll see the family stuff here in a minute, but check this out, man. Let's check out the rest of the bus. Oh, 2 caskets up in there. Look at that simple driving. There's what I was talking about before. See that one right here, that one's dead. And the rest of them are posing with it. He's dead. That one's dead, but posing with her. That was the thing back in the day. Any of y'all want to pose with your family after they die? Like, sit there and pose with your family after you die? Close up of the... Alright, let's go check this out. I got some friends below this. Oh, you can take a picture of yourself. So you can sit here and take a picture of yourself like you're dead. This is how they set you up. Like this. So you'd be laying here dead. Just check this out. Charlie Daniels violin. Here's Wizard of Oz. Oscar Mayer Wiener. You want to take your shot at posing?
Huh?
They got a chair right here. What I was talking about before, where they take pictures of people after they died. They got a chair over here that they use for it.
They got the bridge in the wrong place.
They do have the bridge in the wrong place.
The bridge going down here.
It does. That's one of his things, though.
Mm-hmm. But they got the bridge in the wrong place.
There's an interview with him in costume after that. Bob Hope.
I never got to see him whenever he came to Vietnam.
Didn't.
I never got to see him.
Elvis Presley. Kobe Bryant. Hey, they got memorabilia over here for Larry Hagman.
Really?
Right here.
Yeah. J.R. No, J.R. Ewing.
I knew him from, was it
I Dream
Beatwits?
of
I
Jeannie.
Dream of Genie's what I knew him from. Here's the guy that invented one of the original bags he invented, Nacho.
Hey, here's Lee. Taking that vitamin A to vitamin.
Yeah, Vitamin E vitamin.
Vitamin A to vitamin.
I'm not sure who that is, Dr. Paul O'Neill. Check it out.
Paul O'Neill. Not sure.
Martin Luther, here's a pamphlet from Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, there's Glenn Campbell.
Yeah, there's Glenn Campbell. Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis, yeah.
Honey, did you see that black horse-drawn hearse sitting right out here? Did you see that it's never been restored?
Yeah, it's never been
It was
restored.
made in the 1800s and
It's
has
never
never
been-
been restored.
Here's a,
Everything on it and in it is
It's
original.
there's a pamphlet from Billy Graham's funeral.
Oral Roberts. I liked him.
All the famous people. Remember him.
Yeah. Oh, I love that song.
Who's that right there?
Where?
Look, right next door to where you're at.
It says Bonnie Theodore Binion,
Who is he?
one of the sons of the famous Vegas casino. Oh, he's the son of the guy that owns the Horseshoe Casino and one of the owners of the Horseshoe Casino in Vegas. Scott McGregor,
Who's he?
football player for, I forgot who he played for. I forget what teams he played for, but Scott McGregor. See, some of these y'all know, some of these I won't know, you know. There's Dale Earnhardt right here from his death.
I've met him personally, had dinner with him.
Well, there's a pamphlet of his funeral right there. There's his car.
Way back when nobody knew who he was.
Before he was a somebody, yeah.
Before he was a somebody.
Tiny fever. When we got married, a friend of my husband's looked just like him when he came. He had sunglasses on and everything when he came to our wedding. I was like, oh my gosh, he looked just like him. He doesn't anymore, but he did then.
Who's that?
John met
Robert. He looked just.
Well, if you look beside you, in this case, they got stuff for Larry Hagman.
Yeah, it was a big deal when JR died. For real.
Did you see behind you there the Billy Graham pamphlet?
Yeah.
Oral Roberts interests me more than Billy Graham.
Hey, Mom. Mom, here's a pamphlet.
I don't know which one.
Here's a pamphlet from the funeral of Mary Tyler Moore.
Show me the picture.
This episode of Lucille Ball was one of the funniest ones ever.
Roy Rogers.
Oh, I haven't seen that out there yet.
1938. Truck. Whatever side the casket.
I'm not sure exactly who Judy Lewis is. Some of y'all will know who these are.
When Connie's son died, was another side. And so they came and one of them brought
If you look right here in the corner, you'll see a pamphlet from Mary Tyler Moore. Hey, look at there, James. He was a great actor.
Who's that?
Him. He was a great actor.
Yeah, he was.
Farrah Fawcett. Wasn't Farrah Fawcett killed by Charles Manson?
No. Farrah Fawcett died of breast cancer the same day Michael Jackson died. You
Okay.
never heard about her, but you heard about
Michael Jackson, yeah. Hey, look at here.
You know what? I worked with Farrah Fawcett's dad
Yeah,
on a job.
look here.
John Denver.
Like I said, some of these I don't know, but the people that watch my YouTube channel know who some of them are, you know?
Yeah. I worked with Farrah Fawcett's dad. Whenever she first started, he talked about her all the time. Said that she was in Hollywood and she was going to be a star. And a couple of years later, she was. His name was Charlie Fawcett.
Let's go over here so the Larry Hagman stuff now and then her.
But that was in BC days.
Your BC days. Henry Ford. Jimmy Dean. Hey, look at here. There's a Sheriff of Mayberry patch. Everyone knows him. Ava Gardner. Guy from Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the stuff. Most people know who these are. Like, you know, Don. There's Michael Jackson over here. And then there's a Taylor. And then there's a hat, but Gene Wilder wore him. You know that movie. The 27 Club. They have that over there, huh? Who's this?
All these were 27 whenever they died.
There's John Belushi's death certificate right here.
There's Janis Joplin,
Kurt Cobain,
Jim Morrison,
Jim Morrison.
Jimi Hendrix.
Let's see who else can we recognize in here. That's John Belushi's. Most of those died of drug overdoses or something like that. Cobain died of an overdose / suicide.
asphyxiation. The ground is all here. Jim Morrison died of heart failure.
Here's Walter Disney. I don't know how I stopped it from recording, but I did.
Scotty,
Yep.
Star Trek.
Speed me up, Scotty. There's John Belushi again. Dean Martin's death certificate right here.
You know, Dean Martin once said, this is what Dean Martin once said, that I don't drink alcohol, so I drink distilled spirits. Therefore, I am not an alcoholic, I am spiritual.
Yeah, that's him right here in his death certificate.
Yeah. I gotta put glasses on.
And this one will be Michael Landon.
Michael Landon, yeah.
But for those of mine on the thing they don't know about, Michael Landon was famous for Little House on the Prairie, and then what was that other one he did? Highway to Heaven, and Bonanza for a while. Robert Kennedy. Robert Francis Kennedy.
Here's John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. Robert Kennedy was John.
Well, here's Robert's
JF.
death certificate right here.
Yeah, that was the brother to John Kennedy.
Here it is right here. Come on now. John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy. I gotta read that.
I'll leave it open for Mama to see too when she gets around here.
What did they say the cause of death was?
The cause of death is somewhere over there.
Yeah, right here.
I just found a copy of John F. Kennedy's death certificate over here for you.
Roger, did you see Bo Diddley?
No, I didn't see Bo Diddley.
This is the Columbia crew.
Yeah.
Me and him saw the Columbia, what was that? Hemp Hill, where we saw that Columbia
Where's Bo Diddley?
Memorial at?
Where's Bo Diddley?
He's in this case
Oh,
up
he
on
is?
the top row.
Yeah, he is.
That book is open to JFK's death certificate. The Challenger. You can see it? And for the other friends of mine know who these are. Look at here. George Burns. George Burns was a great actor.
They did this guy too, Dean Martin Gray. He was took Scotty out April 28th, 2007.
There they are.
April 21st, 1997, he came back. May 20th, 2002.
Some of these, like I said, some of these people I have no idea who they are, but some of them that watch my videos, y'all know who they are. There's the Wendy's guy. There's the shoes worn by Hey, Mom, look at here. Richard Dawson.
Did you see the monsters over here? Hey, did you see the monsters?
No, I haven't got over there yet. And Frank Sinatra. Gold record.
This came from her grave. Yeah, you can still see the marks of lipstick marks from people kissing the grave on it. It's stupid that people do that, but you know, there's John Wayne, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, Dale Evans. But these shoes right here were worn by Robin Williams in the movie RV. These are worn by him in RV.
Here's George Burns,
George Burns? George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Yeah.
I love that show. I love that old school TV. It's a nice old school looking TV right there. They gotta set it modernized, of course, but there's advertising, you know, the famous animals that have passed on. But look, I like this because I looked up to Robin Williams a lot when I was younger. Like me and him were about the same size as you.
Richard Boone.
Hindenburg. You know what other major disaster happened that year, Mom? Hindenburg exploded. 37. I doubt it.
What happened in 37?
That's the year the New London School exploded.
The what?
The New London School exploded.
The what exploded?
New London School.
Oh. New London.
New London School explosion is the reason why natural gas has a smell. Walter Cronkite covered it. It's one of Walter Cronkite's first big stories. And Hitler sent a telegram of his condolences over here to it. Plus,
Natural gas by itself has no odor.
yeah, it had no smell. The day before,
They
there was
put the stench in it.
after the school explosion. The school explosion is what caused it. The day before, they said eyes were burning. They were having, you know, nausea and stuff. They didn't know why because they didn't know there was a gas leak going on at the time. Look at there, Bob Saget. Joe DiMaggio. There's a magazine over here about Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt, of course. You know, there's more than one of them. Back in a little while. This is the newest exhibit in the museum, y'all. The train carried him. Replica, anyway, not the actual train, but you know.
gonna do something like this, I guess, when John Carter died.
I don't know how they carry his body. I don't know how they carry his body because he's on hospice care right now. This is the newest exhibit. That's where it started at right there. Spring, Texas, and see it traveled all the way up to College Station.
Whose funeral? Oh, Bush. A&M tour.
Now, the way they're talking, we'll have another presidential funeral here soon.
I know, Carter. He's in hospice, he went in the home. I don't know what they put him back in the hospital for. I didn't hear it, it was just a blip.